Hey guys, I'm just gonna do a quick run through this hunt mission and basically take a quick look at the Dark Eldars. They look awesome, like, not gonna lie. Their skins and their actual abilities look really cool. Try and zoom in and get a better look. They've definitely got some really detailed models. Especially with all these injector packs on their back, or whatever they are. Big fan of lime green. I do like lime green. Panic, they're the horde enemies. That's cool. That it like AoE effect that they did. Is the bigger enemy will have some sort of... Like the way these guys drop down, the Scorch guys.
I will send your souls free.
Yeah, I'm not really progressing too much in the story because at the minute it's bugged. In terms of the mission, when you choose a morality choice, it's just not giving any morality at all. Like, even if you pick like Puritan or Radical, you're just not getting whatever you're meant to receive, so I'm just putting the story on hold at the minute, to be honest. Grinded to level 70 with arrows. I mean, it's cool. Like, I do think it's really good what they've done, like added the Dark Eldars, but in terms of what I play the game for, like, I'm not really fussed if I'm killing clowns with pink hats or Dark Eldars or whatever. Like, I'm more concerned about the general gameplay and balance choices and end game. Like, not saying that I totally don't care. Like, having new enemies is really nice, but if they're just a skin change, then it doesn't really mean much. I mean, like I say, it's just something that I'm killing, basically. Like, I don't want to sit and admire these new models long enough. I just want to be killing things and grinding. Oh, I like that one. Oh, that tail though. That was cool.
So be it.
Like, I would have preferred a lot more, like, if they had different skills, which made it so I had to avoid more mechanics or something. If they had like different kind of laser beams, but it just seems that they're the same kind of enemies but with a different outfit on, which, I mean, some people might really think that's a great feature, but to me it's just, yeah, like, it doesn't, like I say, it doesn't matter what the enemy's wearing or what they look like. If they have the same mechanic of like a charge or a laser beam, it's just, yeah, it's the same. I would have liked to have seen a bit more variation, like the Alpha Legion have those green gas grenades and stuff like that. Like, maybe the Dark Elder could have had a bit more like lore-wise abilities or something. But yeah, that was the gameplay. Let's take a quick look at the new features to Season 1. We've got a new rank cap, which is level 70. As you can see here, I got level 70. I basically did that doing tarot missions on the hardest difficulty, plus 600. There's a new item level cap of item level 60. There's been a rework of the XP rewards for doing campaign maps, which is now based on your power rating level. And the math is 200 plus your power rating times 2 to 200 plus power rating times 3, depending on which map you're doing. The Triglav subsector is now open for the Inquisitorial players. Players need to talk to Ragnar on the command bridge to start the investigation that allows entry. That's basically this, which I've stopped. As I said, the morality and rewards are kind of bugged at the minute, and I'm not sure if they're retroactive, so I don't want to play through it, pick a choice and then not get the morality. The minimum power rating to do these missions is 1100. Again, I feel it's a bit low. I would have liked it to have been a bit higher, so it was something for players to work to. I mean, you can get power rating 1100 at level 30. It would have been nice for the new sector to have been kind of a goal from people to go through the first sector into the next sector. So it's basically like you can skip a lot of the first sector content, which I guess some people might like, but I would have preferred a constant progress and goal of going from one sector to the next sector and having to complete missions there to get to this one. But yeah, not really for me to make those decisions. We've got the new faction, the Dark Eldar, which I just showed a mission. We have new investigations with new difficulty settings. I will quickly open one up. In fact, it'll be quicker to just go to a tarot, won't it? But instead of it being plus 250, we now have plus 600. See here we have normal, hard, extreme, impossible, insane, and Eye of Terror. I'm not sure if it's working as intended, but when you go on plus 600, you pretty much just get your suppression removed because the enemies deal that much damage that you're just permanently suppressed and overwhelmed, and yeah, you're just permanently getting CC'd. Maybe they're going to rework the suppression changes, because you can't even deal any suppression damage to enemies either, so there seems to be something wrong there. There are also new perks in the game, which we can have a look right here. There's an Artificer magazine, 25% magazine capacity and 20% for solid projectiles. There was the heat sinks, -1 overheat generation per second and 15% damage for energy weapons. They're not really great perks. Like, I really would have liked to have seen an entire buff along all the weapons that, apart from psycho weapons. I would have liked to have seen all auto guns, heavy bolters just basically have a base 50% or even 100% damage increase, so that they could do the same damage that psychos can do basically. But I guess that's waiting for the balance change, but I would have preferred that than having a few extra perks to kind of make people use the weapons. We've got 5 new tarot cards available, which is unlocked through the influence in the new system. Again, tarots, I only really do them for XP when I'm leveling. I don't play them out of any other thing unless, I mean, if I'm looking for a certain relic, I've got more chance of getting that from just spamming warzones than doing tarot cards. There's been quite a list of fixed bugs. There's been a fixed bug with Modify, where the PR of characters remained unchanged server side. That's not actually being fixed. I was playing yesterday and we were in a group and it just said our power rating was 0, so that's a shame. Fixed a bug where switching from the appearance panel, items were grayed out. Let's take a quick look. Oh yes, items that I can't change the appearance of are shaded now. Where? Nope, where's still not. Okay. Nurgle banners now disappear when their summoner is killed. Fixed a bug where security doors were untargetable by a controller. I do not play with a controller, that's for sure. Fixed the Survival Doctrine Warzone skill. I don't know what they fixed, because Survival Doctrine was working as intended when we were playing Warzones. Basically, it's a skill that capped damage you could take at 750, so it didn't matter when we got to a point of 1000% damage taken or 6000 damage percent taken, we would always only take a one hit of 750. But you just had to really manage on how often you could take a 750 hit basically, but I don't know how they fixed that. It would have been nice to have seen, there is a Warzone skill about, I'm gonna have to scroll down for days here. Warzone 43 I think it is, which is a HP regen. Here it is. This skill still isn't even in the game to be selectable, but I think that could be a real asset to making Crusaders and Assassins really strong. Each incoming hit that deals more than 500 HP has a 25% chance to activate a buff that regenerates 200 HP per second for 5 seconds. Well, for 5 seconds. Yeah, that's a bit of a typo. But like that would have been worth using, and with the survival doctrine you could make a build around that, but not actually in game. What else have we got? Fixed a bug with modify where the enchant rows were shifted. Basically they've now made it so relic items cannot be re-rolled, so relics are unique, so all the other white stats can be rolled. Fixed the tooltip of There Is Only War. Fixed the icon and tooltip of the deflector buff. Fixed the tooltip of No Remorse. That basically wasn't showing, it's in the suppression tree. Controller bug fixes on crafting pages. Fixed an exploit with the Thief Collector heroic deed, it counted credits received by mail. Yeah, I did a video about that a couple of weeks ago where you could basically just mail yourself credits over and over again until you had 10 million and it was unlocked to get diversive tactics, so they fixed that. Good job, Neocore. Fixed the adaptive disposition heroic deed. They've basically fixed quite a lot of heroic deeds. Fixed the buff display for evasive bionics. That's a movement skill, which is right here. Using a movement skill grants 5% damage reduction for 10 seconds, stacks for a maximum of 5. Basically, before the patch we didn't even see the buff, so we didn't know if it was active, if it was broken or not, but now it displays the buff on the icons. Empyrean's armor duration is now properly depleted by channeled skills. Extermination beams now follow enemies. Basically, they had changed time warp so that it was affected by channeled abilities, but it was also affected by your party as channeled ability. So if you dropped a time warp and somebody else used the channeled ability, it would reduce the duration of it as well, so I'm guessing that's been fixed. Fixed the display for hit steal a toxic mark effect. Basically, when you are consuming the toxic marks, they weren't actually being consumed, so you weren't aware of what your stacks were actually at. Fixed the type when the AoE damage on kill enchant. AoE occurs on kill, not on hit as the tooltip stated. Fixed concussive trauma mechanism and added a display for it under the enemy HP bar. Numerous map fixes and localization fixes. Now, the co-op fixes, warzone hazards not working. Basically, they were meant to have fixed this last patch, but all they did was implement the warzone hazards in Nemesis co-op and not just basic warzone mapping. Fixed a bug where insta-killed enemies became invisible instead of dying in the warzone. That's from the warzone perk, which you have a 10% chance with weapons with a magazine to insta-kill enemies. It was just making them invisible and you couldn't see them, but they could still deal damage, so that's been fixed. Players can now only accept missions if everyone is eligible. I'm guessing that's when you try and run a warzone and the person hasn't got that warzone rank or level unlocked, that they can't join. Fixed display HP values. The HP values is really cool. Like, I'm so glad that's been fixed because I've made numerous videos and I would still be hitting with 99% damage reduction and it would still show like crits of 50k, 60k, but I would actually only be doing like 600 damage to the enemies. Like, an enemy would have 500 health and I'd be critting for 30k and it wouldn't kill them, basically. So the HP values have been fixed. There's been a balance change, which I don't understand why this has been classed as balance, but it's basically fusion has been changed. A fresh relic item will now show 0% in the fusion panel, unlocking its first enchant at 50% and the second one at 100% fusion level. The maximum power rating of a relic item will be based on item level. Example, a level 30 relic will have a lower PR than a level 41. This kind of stops people using like low level relics to boost their power rating to do war zones and such and enter content that's like for higher levels, I guess. Like, I do remember I've got some low level relics that are like level 10, level 20, and when I hit level 26-ish I had around 1500 PR, so I guess they've kind of nerfed that, but that was just using like powerful relics for low levels, I guess. Oh well. Taros have been changed. Spawning a Taro mission will now instantly begin the mission instead of spawning it somewhere on the star map, allowing for a larger variety of Taro missions. This just means when you do a tarot, it's on the tarot UI, it's not in your like star map. But if you want influence in a certain sector still, if you're going for protector, you just go to the sector on your star map and then go back to the command bridge and do your tarot, and it counts the influence for that star map that you're in, basically. But yeah, that's basically the season 1 patch deployed and the patch notes. I'm really disappointed that they haven't added the Warzone weapons, because it would have been nice to see the new skills that they're meant to have. And I really also wish that they had a leaderboard cutoff point. Like right now, the leaderboards in Warzones are just forever ongoing, and there's no need to, like, there's no reward for playing, basically. I mean, I like the grind, I like endgame, I like the leaderboards in Diablo, but without having a like endgame goal, like, I mean, I've got the story to play, and then, well, when it's fixed, and then after that, I don't really have a reason to play the game. Like, yes, I could keep playing Warzones and keep my leaderboard in the top 5. I think I'm in the top 5 still. We were like 2, 3, and 4. I mean, the Tog guys, Sam and Frosticus. I think Frosticus is number 1 now because we stopped playing. But yeah, I don't really feel the reward of investing the time of grinding Warzones every day, because I don't need the loot, I don't need the XP or any rewards from it just to keep that position on a leaderboard. Like, I kind of compared this to a NBA, soccer or football season, never having a season finals and anybody winning a cup, basically, or a trophy. It's just ongoing gameplay without rewards. But yeah, it's a shame. I mean, a lot of people are going to be really hyped and so happy about this new story mode and extra enemies, but for me as an endgame player, it's not really what I need. I need a balance change so I can play a Crusader in Warzone's high level, or just different builds, and like, yeah. So let me know what you think. Did the patch fulfill your hype? Are you going to get back into the game? Are you going to keep playing? Or have Neocore let you down again and you're not going to play? So let me know what you guys think. I really have hopes for this game, and I hope maybe they do drop a balance and weapon update or anything like that. But as I say, I got to level 70 without changing any of my gear from that level 60 new item levels or anything like that. I can still beat plus 600 taros with the same gear I had at level 50. So it's basically just extra skill points that I've thrown in HP to make myself even tankier. So yeah, let me know what you guys think anyways. Method out.